I wanted to talk through this. I'm working my way through either a meltdown or a shutdown. This is the first time I'm filming something like this for me. I am doing this differently today because I was able to recognize that's what was happening. It was prompted by an emotional flashback. And right now I'm just letting my hands kind of do whatever they need to do, and they need to kind of like put me back in here right now. I realized two things in the past year that were infinitely helpful. I realized I'm hyperverbal, which means I don't, it's not like I like talking about, I feel like I immediately think of, I talk about myself, but no, I talk to understand. My understanding comes when my words come out of my mouth and out of my head as thoughts. It is like untangling the thread. The other thing that I realized that was helpful is I forgot. It's okay. Oh, I remember. That talking can be stimming, meaning talking can do what my hands are doing right now. Talking can be like pressure, something consistent, something I can control, and something that I feel is valuable. I didn't think it was valuable before this, though. I didn't know this about myself, and so when I started to share with people in my life that I was learning about ADHD and autism, I was learning about all these different things that I hadn't ever had access to knowledge about, these things that qualified for me. I was having a lot of problems in every area of my life, and they weren't like new problems. They were problems I'd had to different degrees over my entire life. And every time I was able to find a term that had people online that had experienced it, validated it, and gave options to make it better. Every time I got a term like that, it was like a miracle. Because it meant I had options. There was help. I was sharing all of this information in ways that I was hoping was like not too much, because that's all I've ever not wanted to be, is a burden. It's always what I've been afraid of being. And all the people around me are neurodivergent. Just, I'm the first to get the diagnosis that have those words on it. Although there was many other diagnoses that were assumed and punished in me without, anyway. When I started talking more, a lot of that talking was explaining and defending and being like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is a good thing. I know this about myself now. And I got ridiculed and criticized for essentially like talking so much about my like special interest, which at the time was like neurodivergence, and how it made everything make sense. And people in my life chose to go a different direction with that, and continually question other like bipolar or borderline personality, and use that as a reason to deny me help or deny me conversations where I could be understood, or they could try to understand me. And I mean, like, I'm at the point where that doesn't mean anything anymore to me. I've like grieved that. Like, I grieved the death of my whole family, of my whole old life. My goal throughout this healing process has been to identify a way for intellectualizers to fucking get out of this. Like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to use my intellect? That's all I have. My ability to notice patterns, to see details. But yeah, the people in my life were calling it, like when I was talking too much in their minds, as like a sign that I was one of the things they thought I was, instead of autistic. Autistic and in pain, like chronic illness. This led to divorce and estrangement. I quit my job. But I've found this. It may not look like much right now while I'm doing this, but like, this is what I want. I want to be here with me. And I want to know what we're doing. And I want to learn how to take care of this body, this human, so that we can have fun together. I have developed a lot in the way of information that I have not had the safety inside of me and in my circumstances to put together yet. But I know it's going to happen. And like, when it does, it's something I'm gifting to the world. I'm gifting my experience so that their experience could be better. And the reason I'm able to do that is because of the other neurodivergent people on the internet who have made this okay. Every step of the way, there was someone that was like, you can do this, and it will help. It's like puzzle pieces along the way. Like, every term that I learned about was a gold nugget of, here is a puzzle to who you are and what your past was like for all of those points that you can't remember. And like, I was surprised and not surprised to find out that like, my body has been in constant pain since I was little. Like, I couldn't sleep when I was younger than 5. I was sleeping on the floor of my parents' room. Like, my body was in pain. It's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna stop filming here, and maybe I'll film more, but thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for not judging me. I just wanted to check in. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm going over to my best friends for something that is one of my favorite things to do, which is an art night, where we're gonna watch literally my favorite movie, Amelie. And now that I've had that energy released from the previous meltdown, which I realize now is normally a shutdown for me. Normally it means I don't talk, I literally just kind of freeze, or I'm like extremely heavy. So the meltdown comes as a release is allowed, where I'm able to talk out loud in the moment. And I was doing that for a while before I filmed that. But I'm really glad that I caught that on tape, because I've been wanting to understand myself in these most vulnerable moments. The more I understand, the more I can help her. And yeah, I feel like because I've been able to find ways to regulate my nervous system in moments like that through validating. Like all this morning was spent validating what I've been through to myself and to my dog. I got dressed really cute, and there was time before I have to go, and I was going to do a tarot reading. And I realized that tarot is not what might help me right now. Deciphering and decoding is not really what I need right now. I need acting / like acting as in I need to be active. I need to do something. I can't be receiving information. And that was one of the first times I was able to identify that part of my like scary moment and like do something about that. And so I laid down and I talked to myself, and I put pillows under my body when I realized that there were parts that were hurting. And as I've moved through this, I am now at a place where I can say there is this high level of like intense energy in me. And because I validated the parts of me that have been like, this is fucked up, they're cool now. They've been heard. And I did some exercises that I didn't feel like a ton of resistance to, because a lot of times when I'm in shutdown, that's when my like, I call it pervasive drive for autonomy. Some people call it pathological demand avoidance. But it's basically like, I know what I could be doing right now to feel better, but I will not be doing that. Like I'm fighting with myself. So I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I feel like now I can recognize that energy is also excitement. Like I'm still learning how to redefine these physical experiences ever since I opened the floodgates and I was like, I want to feel things. And then my body and my past was like, are you sure? Because we got a lot of shit for you. And I was like, yeah, no, I know this. And like Arrested Development style narrator, she did not got this. but like right now, I have like 10, like, it's like surges going through my body. Surges. And I'm like, you know what? When we were younger, when we were little, and we were like, we weren't really allowed to like go out very much. Like I had a very overprotective parent. And so when I did get to go out and when I did spend time with friends, I was like a little chihuahua. I was like so excitable. And like when I was having a good time, my teeth would chatter. I'd be like, ugh. And it was like really weird at the beginning, but then after a while I recognized, I was like, oh, like I'm having fun. Like I'm really enjoying myself here. And now I'm just trying to remember that that's how this body works. Like she has a huge capacity to see beauty and to recognize the good old days exactly when she's in them. She does. And now it's about bringing that version of me out after I've had to be a warrior in ways that I've never asked to be. And bringing old Michelle out and being like, like remember when we couldn't stop chattering outside in college when we were trying to look cool smoking cigarettes? And yeah, like that's what I was gonna say, is that like doing exercises, the PDA, I knew I'd come back to it. And I wanted to share what I do because it's like these are actually easy, and I've noticed a crazy difference even in my eyes. So I used to start, like my eyes started becoming like a lazy eye over the past 5 years, which corresponds with a specific experience of my life. But I was like noticing that in like pictures, and when I would like look, my eyes wouldn't be looking the same direction. And that was not the way it was my whole life. That was new. And so when I learned about EMDR, I didn't do it with a therapist. Like my work has been all by myself. And it's worked. But I've used the internet as my teacher. And so I saw a couple of like people who work with like training your eyes just in general. And so the like somatic release, I mean, I think that's the term. And so just looking head on straight, looking all the way to the right, and then you know if there's like a yawn or something like that, you breathe heavy. You do it to the left. They did exercises where you practice following, and I realized that I'm an artist. Like my world is about how I see visually. And I didn't realize until 3 years ago when a student came in with new glasses, and they were really cool looking, and I tried them on, and I was like, oh, why does this feel better? That I had like vision issues. I will do a video on that. But like this, but like following it. And I realized that a lot of times I was like, before I could even get here, my brain was like, oh, I already know what I'm doing. And I realized that when I started exercising my eyes, like, or putting one and doing the entire range with this one, all of a sudden I'd get over here after doing this 2 or 3 times, and this whole part of my body would start to release. And then you can do it with your tongue, and I feel like a lot of it is fascia, but like, and like just doing that for a little bit. And that's helped me a lot too. I feel like I'm rambling now. I'm done. Have a good weekend, everyone.